I get this question quite a lot, but a lot of people ask me, should you trade ICT? Should you trade ORB? Should you trade pivots? In other words, should you trade a mean reverting strategy or a breakout strategy? In reality, it really all depends on what volatility regime the market's in. But at the same time, if you had to choose one, ICT is a little bit more tedious. Yes, the risk to reward is appealing, right? Because you can hit some pretty high risk to reward trades. But the win rate is generally a little bit lower, and the actual analysis itself is a little bit more tedious. Just because the analysis is more complex doesn't necessarily mean anything. If anything, the more complexity you add to your analysis, the more cluttered it is, and the signal generation you create is just not as good. Orb and pivots, those breakout systems generally tend to generate signals that are a little bit more clear. There's a lot more clarity to it. The analysis is more simple. Just because something is more simple doesn't necessarily mean that it's worse. If anything, psychologically, it's easier to trade a more simple strategy than it is something that's more complex. That's just my 2 cents on it. That's what I think. I think orb and pivots are the way to go. I still think ICT is great, and I still trade ICT, but I don't want to sit there and manually trade it. So I automated the entire thing.